Hey guys, it's Itala and I just got home and I am ready to make almond milk because I am out. I actually should have made some last night and forgot, and this morning I was gonna make my shake and was like, oh my god, I don't have almond milk. So I decided to make a video because I have gotten a lot of questions on how I make it. It's really simple. If I can make it, anybody can make it. I am not Martha Stewart in any fashion, in any style, but I like to make my almond milk. I haven't bought almond milk from the store in a very, very long time. I don't miss it. I actually tried it once from somebody and it just tasted like water. There's nothing like my homemade almond milk. So I'm gonna go real quick. It's gonna get loud once I get on the blender. Oh, hey Dara. Once I get the blender going, it's gonna be loud. I don't have a fancy blender. I have a Ninja that is very, very old and beat up, but still works. And I'm cheap. I don't wanna have to buy another blender. So I soaked for every cup of almonds, you use 3 cups of water in your blender. Now you soak them in as much water as you need to. I have this mason jar and I put it all the way to the top. So I do 1.5 cups of almonds, and that gives me 4.5 cups of water. And I actually have tried to do 2 cups of almonds, but then that means 6 cups of water, and I cannot fit that much water in my blender. I actually tried it once and there was water and almond milk all over the place, so I decided, you know what, let's cut it in half. And I might need to double the batch at some point because Rick is drinking this like crazy. He really likes it. So what first, well, hey Gail, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna soak the almonds, and like I said, for 1 cup of almonds you're gonna get 3 cups of actually almond milk. So soak the almonds for at least 7 hours. What I do is I do it in the morning. I leave it here and it kind of looks gross, as you can see that it looks gross. I leave it soaking for either overnight, or you can just do it first thing in the morning and then just do it when you get home from work. So that's what I'm about to do, because I think we're gonna go to the movies, but the kids don't know that. So anyway, so first thing you do is, once you're ready to do this, for sake of being faster here, I already put 4.5 cups of water here. The reason why it looks all yellow and kind of gross, I already put the vanilla extract in here. I put a teaspoon for 1 cup, so I do like a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. So I already put the vanilla in here in the water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain these guys right here. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the thing. Whoops, sorry. I should have gotten this ready, but I wanted to show you guys this, how it looks. It's kind of gross. So I'm gonna go in the sink and I am going to drain these guys. So I'll be right back. Don't go away, I'm right here. Okay, so here is my almonds, and they're all drained and leaking everywhere. I usually don't do it this way, but I'm doing it this way because you're here. So you get your almonds, they're nice and soft, and you put them in the blender. Whichever blender you have, you may have a fancy blender. I think Gail has a Blend Deck or something like that, those Blend Tech, which are like really fancy. I only have a Ninja. It's like 100 years old, but it still works. And the one thing I don't like about the Ninja is not only it's loud, it has the middle thing, which are really, really sharp. And I cut myself once, but the one thing is it won't start until the blender, the lid is all the way to the top and secure. One time, see this? There's a story about this. One time, actually, did I do it or my husband did it? I think I did it. This little thing goes in the end, so if you can pour liquid inside. Well, one time, this happened to stay in the blender, and we started the blender, and it started making all this awful noise. I was like, what is that? And then realized that it was this. So, and the thing is, I need this to put it in here, because if I don't, when I blend it, water spills out. So I still need this. I wish I could just buy this. But anyway, so 1 cup, 1.5 cups of almonds is what I soaked, and I soaked it since probably 7 this morning, and I am ready to blend it right now. I have 4.5 cups of water, and I have 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. You don't have to, but I like it a little sweet. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna blend it. So it's gonna be loud. So this is the only part that I kind of didn't want to do the video because it's loud. So, oops, it's not going. So you blend it for about 2, 3, 4 minutes until it gets like white. And as you can see, it gets white right away. I'm talking here so it's loud, too loud. The more you blend it, the more of the juice or milk you're gonna get. So I'm gonna show you back this. I usually speed it up a little bit. And then you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. Oh. While we wait, this thing is a nut milk bag. I think that's what you call it. I bought it at my little harvest store, like a little natural store. You probably can get it at Amazon or Whole Foods. It's like a cheesecloth, but it's thinner, and it's for catching the almond flour from mix. I usually do this for about 5 minutes. I'm not counting, so I don't know how long it's been. Sorry. The more you blend it, the better it tastes. So I'm blending more. Oh, you like my sunglasses? Alright, sorry, that was really loud. That's the only thing that I don't like is so loud. So it's done blending, and it looks very, very white, as you can see. Hopefully you can see. And what I'm actually gonna switch you guys to the sink because this is the messy part. So I'm gonna bring you to the sink. Hopefully you can see my sink. I did the dishes too. All those are clean dishes, by the way. They're not dirty dishes. All right, so I have my very fancy jar. This is about 34 ounces. Bought it at the Container Store. Container Store is something similar to IKEA. I love that place. And because I'm making so much, I think I'm gonna go with the 68 ounces. Because this has been perfect, but I'm telling you, for the past, I would say 3 weeks, Rick has been drinking a lot of it. And by the time I go and get some, it's almost gone. So this is the messy part, and this is where I don't have any Martha Stewart skills, because a lot of people, when they do the milk, they love the Container Store. Oh my God, the Container Store is awesome. So when you drain or you get the milk out of the blender right here, you're gonna have a pulp, which some people, the one that have skills, cooking skills, they get the pulp, they dry it out, and they make it into almond flour. I've seen a lot of people use that almond flour for other things, for making cookies or whatever other recipes. I haven't had the patience or the skills or the patience to do it, because somebody told me that they do it. They put it in the oven for hours at a very, very low temperature, and then you have to keep moving it around for it to dry evenly. I can't do that, I'm sorry. And other people told me that they bought a dehydrator and they put the pulp in the dehydrator and then they get almond flour. Now, that's awesome. I don't want to buy another thing to have in my kitchen. Probably a thing that I'm not going to use that much, even though I'm using this a lot. I'm making milk a lot. But at this point, you're probably going to criticize me a little bit because I actually get rid of the pulp. I should be using it. One time I tried to use it, and I just don't know what to do with that much pulp. And maybe I'll buy a dehydrator at some point. So this is the messy part. So I get my fancy dancy jar, and I put this bag in here. So it's like it's very, very long. I wish it was a little shorter, but anyway, you put it in here. And what you do now is, I take obviously the lid off. This is the sharp part that I was telling you about. It's really, really sharp. To wash this thing, it's really, be careful if you have a Ninja. So you have this thing right here, and I'm going to put it in the sink because it's going to get messy. And then what you do is, oh boy, usually don't do this while people are watching me, but can I do this? There we go. So I have this thing, and I have this thing, and I have the milk. So what I do is I pour it right here. I usually have to do it 2 times. I still have some in here. So you don't need to see me, so you just need to see my hands. So you get it out. I haven't figured out how to do this a little better. So, and then you start squeezing it. And as you can see, look all the milk I'm making. And I still have more in here. So you start squeezing. And yes, I wash my hands after this. I mean, before I started making this. And squeeze. This is the part that gets kind of messy. That's why I do it in the sink. I guess I need to put this in here so you can see. Sorry. I'm not used to somebody watching me make almond milk. Well, the kids watch me. But so once I do this and I squeeze it all out, what I do is, this is the part that I'm telling you, I don't know what to do with all this pulp. So I put it in a little container so I can get this, I can get more done. So you can see all that is from, so you can actually find a way. If you can find a way, hey Davina, if you can find a way, an easier way, an easy and lazy way, because I don't like cooking, to get this to be dry faster, then please tell me, because I would like to reuse this at some point. I hate wasting this so much. One time I did use it for, I was making meatballs, and I happened to have this handy, and I actually used some of these, and I used this for meatballs, so I didn't have to use, I usually use oats for my meatball, and, ooh, thumbs up, thank you. I usually use oats for my meatballs, so I ended up using a little bit of this almond flour. It's kind of wet right now, obviously, but I use this. Anyway, so one time I did use it, so I don't feel that bad. So you go and do this again until you're done with milk. I still have some in here. And like I said, I probably need to make more because Rick is drinking it all up. So here is this. Again, this is a lot of work. It's a lot easier to go to the store and buy almond milk. But guess what? The almond milk that you're buying has probably a lot less almonds than my own almond milk. So I want my almond milk to taste like almonds, not like water. And now that I've been using or I've been drinking my own, when I drink another type of almond milk, it tastes like water to me. So this is 100% almonds and water and a little bit of vanilla, and voila, here is my homemade almond milk. Here it is. Look how pretty. Oops, so my phone was just ringing. So anyway, here is my almond milk. This is about 32 ounces, kind of. And then I put my little lid on. I just love the jar. It looks so pretty. And the one that they sell at the container store in 68 ounces, it's shorter and it's wider. At first I thought, oh, that's too much. Now it's like, I should have bought that one. So this is it, almond milk. It's very creamy. It lasts about, they said when I made the recipe, when I first read it, it says 3 to 4 days. I've had it 4 days. after I've made it, if I'm lucky and it lasts that long. But I love it. I keep it in the fridge every morning. I have my Shakeology with it, and I don't regret ever starting this. I am not obsessed, but I have to have this, and it's simple to make. It's messy. This part it got messy, and it took a little longer this time because I'm, showing you and stuff. But by the time I start, by the time I finish, it's probably like, I don't know, 7 minutes. And my Ninja blender, it's easy to clean. There's not, yeah, it's all yucky and stuff, but it cleans very easy, except this thing. This thing is sharp. So if you have a fancy blender that's easier to clean, kudos to you, that's better. But that's it. So the only main thing that you actually need is just this guy right here. And I'll post the link. Well, hi, Stacy. I'll post the link. Where did I get it? Oh, I get it at the, I'm in Delaware. So we have a little store called Harvest Market, which is like a little equivalent to Whole Foods. But I'm sure you can have it at, you can find it at Amazon and something like that. But this is like the only fancy ingredient that I have. And I use this thing all the time, actually every time I make almond milk. So I love it. I hope this was useful. If you know somebody that makes it or wants to make it, go ahead and share the video, because if I can make this, anybody can make it. I am not a good cook. I don't like cooking too much, and I buy the almonds, the big bag at Costco. So I think that comes with like 9 cups of almonds. So little by little, I start using that, and then I have always almonds available to me. I always buy the 2 bags of almonds at Costco. So I always have some. It's easy to make. It's good for you. It's better for you. You know what's in it. You don't have to put vanilla extract. I put it there just to get a little sweet in it. The first recipe that I ever read had dates. I think it had 1 date, just to try it too. And I did it one time just because I happened to have dates in my refrigerator, but I haven't used dates. I haven't bought dates since then. But I do use the vanilla. I'm sure there's all the things that you can add to make it, taste different, but this is plain vanilla to me, and plain almond milk. I like it. So, well, this is it. I don't think I talked too much, but if you have any questions, let me know. Comment below if you are going to make it, and if you made it, just tag me in it. I want to see your pretty jar. Don't forget the Container Store or IKEA, or I'm sure Target has one of these pretty jars too, but I love this thing. That's it. So you guys have a good night. We are gonna go probably to the movies, and have a good night. Bye guys. Thank you for joining me. This is exciting. Bye.